Hi everyone, it's Allison. My next video is going to be on guinea pig illnesses, and I'm currently making that right now, but I thought I would give you kind of a sneak preview and do a little video on making sure you have a first aid kit or an emergency kit handy for your guinea pigs. I'll go over all the illnesses and accidents and injuries that guinea pigs can have later on, but for now I just kind of want to touch up on the actual kit that you should keep. And so I'm going to go over that with you and kind of explain what each one is for and where you can get them and about how much they cost as well. I do work in a lab. I'm in the medical field, so I'm pretty good at this kind of stuff, and I know exactly where to get it nice and cheap. So let's start. The first thing that you need in your guinea pig emergency kit is a clean towel, which is right here. This is the clean towel that I have, and this is pretty self-explanatory. It can be used for a number of things to, pick up blood or to pick up your pig. If they're hurt, it's kind of easier and it'd be more gentle on them to pick them up with a towel. So that is the first thing. The second thing is gauze pads. Now that is right here. This is what the gauze pads look like, and they're called gauze sponges. You can get these at Walmart, Target, any pharmacy. It would be more expensive at a pharmacy though. I would recommend just getting them at Walmart. Mine were free because I just got them in my lab, so pricing would probably be $1 or $2 each pad, and you don't need much on hand. So that's that. The next thing is self-adhering bandage material, which is just a fancy word for Band-Aids. When I made this list, I was thinking that this would be something they may need, but now I'm kind of double thinking what I was thinking originally, because I don't really know how it's going to stick on the pig very well. And there's other things, I wasn't focusing very well. There's other things in this kit that I think will maybe work better. So if you have some Band-Aids at home, throw them in there, but I don't think it's really a necessity. Don't go out and buy any for that. The next thing is self-adhesive tape. And my self-adhesive tape is right here. I did see this at the Dollar Tree the other day for $1, obviously. So it's really cheap. You can pretty much get them anywhere though. I got this again for free at my work. And next is cotton balls. So I'm sure everybody has cotton balls laying around. This would be to pack a wound, or to help get something out of its ear, to clean a grease gland, anything like that. Cotton tipped applicators. And that would be right here. That's also just a fancy word for Qtips. So if you just want to put a few Qtips in, that would be just fine as well. I got this free in the lab. They're just sterile is the only difference. So they're also long. So let me see here. I will try to open it and just show you what the difference is. You want to open it at the end that the Qtip is not, so you don't touch it and ruin its sterility. So it's just a long stick Q-tip. Alright, and next would be a pair of scissors. And I thought really long and hard about this as well, because regular kitchen scissors obviously are not going to work. It's just too big for a little pig, and I can't possibly think of anything you would need a big scissors for. So I included just a little nail scissors. So if there was any reason that you would need them to pick out something that may have been stuck in the skin or anything like that, that is why I included just this little guy. And I got it in a kit at the Dollar Tree along with my next thing that I think you should add to your emergency kit, and it was $1 for both. So it would be these scissors and the tweezers, and self-explanatory as well. It's very easy to pick up things with the little tweezers, so never know when you're going to need it. Might as well have it. Next would be a hot water bottle or a hot pad or a heating pad. I don't have this up right now. It's a little chilly and where my pigs are in the winter, so they constantly have the heating pad under their big small cat bed, and so they're currently using it, but it's just a pad that you put in the microwave and it's heated in literally a minute. It's always nice to have something like that just in case it is chilly in your house or you feel like maybe your pig is a little colder than he should be. Along with that, it's always nice to have an ice pack as well, and that would be this. You can get these anywhere. Again, I just got this in my lab. They're about $3 to $10 depending on how much you want to spend. And I do see here this is also a hot pad as well if you would like. And this side is cushioned, so it's nice and soft also for the pigs, and it doesn't freeze, so it's nice and squishy. I just took it out of the freezer, and so that's what it feels like, which is nice. You don't want to hurt them by putting just an ice cube on them. So that's something I would recommend. My next tip of what to have in your emergency kit is cornstarch. This is just household cornstarch I'd put in a capsule vial. The reason I would recommend this is when you are clipping their toenails, if you happen to clip too close and you hit the quick, if you dip their bleeding nail into the cornstarch, it will stop the bleeding, and that way you're not going to have any unwanted blood anywhere. So along with that, I also recommend having a little flashlight. Oh, geez, sorry about that. A little flashlight. And this is, if you look at the Skinny Pigs 1, Abby really loves to use these for her guinea pigs so you can see the quick better when you're clipping their nails. Also, there could be various other situations you may need this for as well, so I'm going to include that. The next item is petrolatum jelly. You may know it as petroleum jelly, but it's petrolatum jelly. And this can be used to clean grease glands. It can be used for dry skin. I have not used it for my pigs yet, but the time I don't have it is the time that they'll need it. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Another thing that you do want to do with a lot of these things that I'll be naming is you need to make sure to check for expiration dates. You don't want to keep anything that's expired in your kit for your piggies. This one expires in 2015, so I'm good for a while. Alright, the next would be a rectal thermometer. And if you look, almost all of the thermometers that you buy can also be used as rectal thermometers. And where is mine? Oh, here it is. Here's mine. Almost every thermometer that you buy can be for under the arm, in the mouth, or rectal. Just look on your box to make sure that there isn't any special instructions to read when you use it that way. You also will want to research what the proper body temperature is for a pig before, and it does vary by breed. Skinny pigs' temperatures run obviously a little lower than pigs with hair. So depending on what your breed is, make sure you research that, and that's something that you should probably just write down in your kit, and that way it's very easy to access when needed. Alright, next would be hydrogen peroxide and rubbing alcohol. And these are very self-explanatory as well. Obviously used for cleaning up wounds, disinfecting, sanitizing. It's all things that you should have. You never want to make a sore or a cut more infected by not cleaning it out. So always, these are very easy. They're 50 cents a bottle, very easy to have, very easy to keep, and they don't expire for a long period of time. So let's see, this expires March of 2015, so lasts a long time. And also, on that note, iodine is the next thing. Betadine would also be the name of the product that you would want to look for. These are Providine iodine sticks, swab sticks, and I just got these at work. I think they'll be a little easier. Basically what it is the iodine, excuse me, and the applicator put together all in one. So I don't need to do both steps. That might be a little harder to find, so you could just do both. The iodine is about $15, betadine. You can find that in any pharmacy or Walmart, Target. Next would be a triple antibiotic ointment. And that is right here. Oops. Right here, triple antibiotic ointment. And my camera just doesn't like to focus. Anyway, it's pretty much Neosporin. You can get the off-brand. It does the exact same thing. It's the same main ingredient. So, yeah, just make sure it isn't expired. This is used for disinfecting and healing cuts faster. Put this on them. Just make sure they can't lick it off. Alright, next. I included a couple of other things. Gloves. I got them at work, but they're super cheap. You can get them for $1 at the dollar store. It's always nice to have them on whenever you're doing anything medical, just to prevent any infection and keep everything as sterile as possible. And then the last thing, or second to last thing, would be gauze. And this would be used to wrap any type of wound, things like that. And it would be used in conjunction with the tape. So those two are used together. And then the last thing, this is just me being OCD with having things sterile and clean, and that would be they're sterile isopropyl alcohol 70% saturated wipes, and it's basically like a baby wipe, but instead the liquid is isopropyl alcohol, and it's sterile as well until you break the seal. It comes sealed, but once you break the seal, then it's not really sterile technically, so unless you do it in a sterile environment. This